This is like my 5th time trying to record this because every time I f it up, it's gonna be great. So your grandma said she wanted to be laid to rest in peace, and your family said, bet, let's toss her into the Atlantic like the Jumanji board, except it's your grandma in a casket. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome aboard the Morbid School Bus, where I, Lauren the Mortician, am your overly enthusiastic tour guide to everything death related. It's Morbid Monday, and today we're taking a salty little field trip straight into the sea. I hope you brought your bathing suit. This video made waves, literally. This is a real family, a real chartered boat, and a real metal casket being sent into the deep. And guess what? They did everything right. I'll even link the daughter's account below because she documented this whole thing beautifully, respectfully, and legally for her mother. But the internet had questions. Is that legal? Did she float back? Is the ocean now cursed? Y'all, take a breath, because today we're talking about legal burial at sea, bodies that don't stay buried, what happens to a corpse underwater, casket, pollution, panic, and why sometimes the sea just says nah and gives your body back like a bad Amazon return. Strap in, sailors, it's Morbid Monday, and today we're diving into the real, legal, scientific, and slightly haunted world of sea burials. Cue the intro! You know what, I should yell at the skeleton. Cue the intro, Skelly! Lauren the Mortician. Happy Morbid Monday. Morbid Monday. Day. Happy Morbid Monday. Anyways. So let's say someone in your life, maybe your grandma, maybe your cool, weird uncle, decides they want to be buried at sea. Not cremated and kept in a cookie jar, but literally sent into the ocean. Full send. Final splash. What does that actually mean? And how do you do it without ending up on a government watch list? Because I know what you're picturing. Violin music, sunset, waves, some poetic goodbye moment. But in real life, there are rules, unfortunately, and paperwork, ton of paperwork, and a lot more stainless steel than you'd expect. There are 2 types of legal burial at sea in the US. 1, ash scattering. Chill, easy. You go at least 3 nautical miles from shore, say a few words, scatter the ashes, and then file your paperwork with the EPA so they know your ghost confetti is out there. Yes, for real. And 2, full body burial, aka the dramatic option, like what happened in that viral video. You're not cremated, you're sent overboard in a casket or wrapped up like a deep sea Chipotle order. And yes, it's legal, but only if you follow some very specific rules. And side note, all those videos you see of people scattering ashes at the beach and they're just standing there with their toes in the water, technically that's not legal. But the cremation police never show up and write them a ticket, so I didn't see anything if you didn't. Also, there is no such thing as the cremation police. I just made that up. But anyways, moving on. So let's talk options. If you're going full body sea burial, you've got 2 main ways to package the deceased: a casket or a burial shroud. The casket has to be metal, not wood, not wicker, not your cousin's Etsy attempt at a reclaimed coffin. It needs to have at least 20 holes drilled in it to allow water to come in, 300 pounds of weight added to it, and at least 6 stainless steel chains or bands holding it shut, like it's carrying the secrets of Atlantis. Because if you don't, that baby's gonna bloat, float, and pop open like a cursed underwater piñata. Or you can go shroud style. This one's for the natural burial folks. The body is wrapped in a biodegradable fabric, sewn closed, and very tightly weighted before being slipped into the ocean like a solemn, soggy burrito. Beautiful, peaceful, and fish-friendly. Whichever route you pick, it's gotta happen at least 3 nautical miles from shore. And the deeper the water, the better, because warm, shallow water is just an open invitation for floaty drama. I love history, so we're gonna do a brief history of burials at sea, because sea burials aren't new. Humans have been feeding the ocean corpses since boats existed. Ancient mariners buried their dead overboard out of necessity. Vikings did it, though flaming longboats were mostly symbolic or just really expensive myths. Sailors in the age of exploration, sea burials were their only option, really. So by World War I and II, it became military protocol. The Navy still does it today. Bodies are sewn into weighted shrouds, traditionally with the last stitch going through the nose. You know, just to be sure. And honestly, as a mortician, I respect the extra paranoia. So now, class, we're done with history, so let's get into the science. Science time. So what actually happens once a body hits the water? First, cold water slows decomposition. That's why deep ocean corpses can be eerily preserved. But your bacteria, oh, they're thriving. They're in there pumping out gas, and that gas causes bloating. Bloating causes buoyancy, and buoyancy causes headlines. If the body isn't properly weighted, that gas buildup will make it float. Even in a sealed casket, even in a shroud, you'll have a fully inflated flesh balloon surfacing like it's ready to ruin someone's yacht party. But if it's deep enough, pressure helps. The deeper water, the colder and more compressed it gets. That keeps the body down, slows the rot, and lets you rest in peace instead of bobbing up like a sea zombie. So, I mean, now we gotta go there, so let's talk about floaters. It happens, it's gross, and it's public. And in 1998, a woman who was legally buried at sea off the coast of Massachusetts washed up tangled in a fishing net weeks later. The weight didn't hold, the casket didn't stay sealed, and then suddenly a boat full of dudes caught more than fish. And they needed a lot of therapy. There have also been cases in Florida where improperly weighted sea burials resulted in bodies drifting ashore. And nothing screams vacation ruiner like a surprise corpse joining your dolphin tour. Kids will never forget that one, don't you know? This is why the EPA rules exist. It's not bureaucratic nonsense. It's to prevent your loved one from pulling a dramatic comeback tour in traumatizing paddleboard yoga class. So let's talk embalming and pollution, because that's a comment I see a lot. Can you be embalmed and buried at sea? Yes, it's legal. Military burials often are. Civilians can be too. But embalming fluid is a chemical soup. Formaldehyde, methanol, preserves tissue, but it does not play well with marine ecosystems. Think nail polish remover meets Finding Nemo. If you want an ocean-friendly exit, skip the embalming. Go shroud, go natural. Let the ocean take you back without turning you into a formaldehyde popsicle. And about that metal casket, it's not ocean trash. Salt water is corrosive as hell. That thing's going full Titanic within a few years. Burial at sea, when done right, isn't pollution. It's a long-standing tradition. For some, it's not dumping a body, it's coming home. Also, cruise ships dump way worse. Your grandma is not the problem. Have you seen the videos of what cruise ships are dumping? If not, you should look it up. They're dumping dump. Check it out, but don't say I didn't warn you. So if someone you love wants this, they want to be buried at sea, here's how you do it right. Cremated remains, if they want to be cremated, that's easy. Full body, call a licensed sea burial company. Go 3 nautical miles out or more. I would go a little further. Prep the body correctly. Metal casket with holes and weights or shroud with ballast. File your EPA report within 30 days. Expect to pay $500 to $2,000 for ashes and $5,000 to $10,000 for full body ocean sea burial. I don't make the prices. Don't get mad at me if you think that's spendy. It is what it is, and somebody's got to have the liability insurance for it, and it's not me. So don't freelance it. Don't skimp on the weight. Don't make your family part of a Dateline episode. Burial at sea isn't for everyone, but for some, it's sacred, it's peaceful, and it's where they feel most at home. But just do it right, because if you don't, the ocean will send that body right back. Like Poseidon saying, excuse me, return to sender. But anyways, thank you for riding the Morbid Monday school bus with me. Like, comment, subscribe, or a jellyfish might slap you in your sleep. I love you. I mean it. Oh wait, you need a mango kiss before we go, okay? Hold on. Oh, my foot fell asleep. I was sitting on it to make me taller. Okay, hold on. Where are you? Oh, here she comes. Sorry, were you sleeping? Oh. Can you give them a kiss for good luck? They gotta have a good week. They're not gonna have one if you don't give them kisses. Okay, I guess that's all the kiss you got. Oh my goodness. Okay, you got extra. There's your bonus kiss. Okay, you got a bonus kiss. Oh, and a yawn. Okay, well, I love you, and we'll see you next week. All right, bye.